What's up, everybody, and welcome back for another episode of the Giveaway Show. Man, it's episode number 130. Can you believe it's been 130 episodes of this show, and we're still going strong. We're in season 6 now, and I'm Carl's Collects Comics. I'm excited that you're here hanging out in the chat. Big special shout out to each and every one of you for being here, because you're what makes this show keep going. So big thanks to you for being here as well, and for hanging out with us tonight. We got a great show because we're going to be talking about some of our favorite classic storylines. I told everybody in advance, I told the panel, the more obscure, the better. And I went back deep into my personal collection and found some books that I've never, well, some that I've spoken about, some that I've never spoken about on the channel. So I'm looking forward to sharing those as well as others. Make sure and check out this word from our sponsor, Lone Star Heroes Comics and Toys.
What's up, everybody? It's Carl's Collects Comics here, and I want to take a second to tell you about a sponsor of this video, Lone Star Heroes Comics and Toys. And if you're looking for your next favorite comic shop, this is the spot. Tons of back issues, all the key books you could be looking for, a friendly and helpful staff, and 3 locations across the greater Houston area region: Lake Jackson, NASA, and Galveston. So make sure and check out Lone Star Heroes Comics and Toys.
All right, and hey, if you're a fan of Lone Star Heroes and you shop there on the regular, quick note that the Lake Jackson store is going to have a new location coming up soon. We're going to be communicating that with you. Also, I'm excited because we're going to be launching a brand new show here on the channel on Friday nights, and I want you to just be on the lookout for that because it's going to be a lot of fun. And I'm looking forward to doing that coming up here towards the end of October, the end of this month. A brand new show, open to everybody, and I'm looking forward to sharing more about that with you. But I'm going to save some of that, tell you about it a little bit later. Here, let me go ahead and run the intro for the channel, and then we're going to go ahead and get started with our first giveaway of the night. I've got some cool stuff here. Might even give away a personal collection book if somebody's interested in it. All right, I'll see y'all in just a second. Check it out. All right. Hey, so let me do some chat shout outs, and I'm going to go ahead and bring out the fellas and lady. I think she's backstage. Las Cruces popping in this morning at 10:57 a.m. Central. Good to see you there. He says, hooray, woohoo, hello from New Mexico. El Green Machine always popping in, dropped in at 8:38. Just good to see you hanging out, El Green. Hope you're doing well. Wolverado is here popping in, seeing everybody. Australian AC, David Dotson, good to see you. 3 Good Nerds, glad to see you hanging out with us as well. These are a bunch of our channel members who are hanging out with us tonight. Dagger Card says, yo, yo, yo. He says, what's up? Good to see you hanging out here. Yes, I am wearing my Grogu t-shirt tonight. Let's see, Liz Barnes, good to see you. Glad that you're here hanging out with us. And yeah, Dagger Card, yes, it is a teaser because it's going to be a big one. This is going to be, yeah, it's going to be a bigger show than the giveaway show. So I'm looking forward to launching this one and telling y'all more about it as we go. All I'm going to say is just start looking ahead at your Fridays now, because you're not going to want to miss this one. El Green Machine is popping in as well, and good to see you, buddy. So yeah, glad to see all of y'all hanging out here with us. And hey, there's the Future Batman popping in as well into the chat as he is backstage also. So hey, we're excited about you being here with us tonight, because remember that you, the chat, are the most important part of this show. We couldn't do it without you, and it's always good to see you hanging out here with us. Glad that y'all are here, and we're going to go and get started. I literally have, if you've been watching the Sunday night series where I'm showing off some of the stuff from the 15 long box haul, the loft, this studio here, this upstairs, this studio right here is packed with comic books. There's stacks of comic books everywhere. They were all across the desk here after Sunday night, and they're now all over the place. But I can't wait to give some of that stuff away. I just got to finish processing it and get that going. But man, it has been a busy week. But like I've shared before, this is a highlight for me, like a personal highlight, to get to hang out with each and every one of you and to just hang out and talk about comic books. So I'm looking forward to this tonight. Let me go ahead and bring out first up. He's the first one here, the future Batman. I'm going to go ahead and bring him out in just a second here. Let me see if he's there by his.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here. I'm just listening to you, man.
All right,
I was just bringing out with my logo at the moment. Look at that.
Nice.
Yeah. So what's up, y'all?
Is that like a future Batman? No.
Yeah. So we're here again on another beautiful Wednesday evening. I know with we're central. I know everyone's different timings and so forth. Yeah, let's get this show started. We got a pretty kick-ass show ready for you guys, and we'll go from there. I guess I don't know what else to say to you guys except for the fact that it's going to be exciting. It's going to be amazing. Paul's going to show up. He's going to say that he's right all the time. I don't know who else is, but it's going to be fantastic. We're going to have a great night tonight. We're going to have an amazing night.
If you say his name 2 more times, he'll appear.
All right, Paul. Where are you, Paul? Paul.
Oh
Paul,
my gosh!
Paul,
look at that. He just came out of nowhere. What happened?
I don't know what's going on. Thank you guys for showing up tonight. Thank y'all for always supporting the giveaway show. Me and Billy got our work cut out for us tonight. I'm just shocked as you guys. I want to see what these guys have for their picks of the storylines that they like. I'm waiting just like you guys, so we'll just see tonight what's going to happen. Me and Billy got our work cut out for us.
Man, I'm Paul. I'm genuinely interested in seeing what you think of some of these storylines that I pulled out, because I want to know if you've even heard of them. Because they're very
Since October is showing up, this is a booking record. So back in the day, they had a little record. This is a record, guys. This is before y'all's time. A lot of y'all probably don't know what this is.
I know what that is.
But it goes along with the book.
Paul, how can we get a hold of these book and record sets from you? How can we buy these?
No, these are
by blackmail.
I mean, so I have another one where you can have Batman, and then you turn around, you got Spider-Man in the back.
Oh my gosh!
Uh-oh.
Paul, these are going to be
records, guys.
These are going to be available exclusively at our new Friday night show on October the 25th.
No, these ain't gonna be available.
Yeah, Paul. Do you even have a record player that plays those?
No, he does not. He's gonna bust out with like a Walkman size record player.
All right. No, I ain't got no record player. No.
All right, Gerald Yates wants to know, where's my future baby mama?
Whoa.
Oh wait, I know who he's talking about. He's talking about JT. What's up, JT?
JT, what are you doing? You running away again?
Yeah, see, I'm leaving the gym.
You guys, look at this, guys.
Leaving the
gym. Over there with practically no shirt. Look at
that.
that.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Hey.
I was waiting on Paul to come, but he never came through.
So Paul never showed up.
He never showed up.
Paul never showed up.
You all right? You walking that dark.
All right, okay. So JT, listen, we've heard a rumor.
I'm listening.
That the circumference of Paul's biceps is exactly 50% of the circumference of your biceps. Can you confirm or deny that?
I don't know.
Are you talking about
I don't even know.
I will say this. When me and him were doing arms, he got kind of scared. He was like, man.
I got scared.
Yeah. I was doing the arms, and then he got scared, and he got kind of away from me. And that was my training partner. And I was like, where are you going? So he got kind of scared a little bit. So.
Right. So scared of Paul.
Right.
I had to escort him to his car.
So JT, give a quick shout out to Comic Book Fiend Club, and let me know if you got any more details about the comics for soldiers.
I don't have all the details yet. Big shout out to Comic Book Fiend Club, comicbookfiendclub.com. If y'all want to go check us out, it is a social. It's not a gang, not a biker gang like people assume. We got the vest on, but it's just, like-minded brothers that read comic books, and sisters. If y'all feel like y'all want to check it out, comicbookfiendclub.com.
When's Mr. Collector going to be able to be in there?
As soon as he meets all the people. All you got to do is
be careful.
collect and connect.
Have you? Hey, okay, hang on. Have you? Can you confirm or deny that you've had discussions with Mr. Collector about bringing a celebrity of his status into the Comic Book Fiend Club?
Yeah.
Right, he can't say anything about that. All right, mum's the word. Loose lips sink ships. And make sure that you're dropping that hashtag in the channel for your chance to win. First up, talking about obscure, less known superheroes, I've got a foil facsimile copy, fresh and shiny, for ROM Space Knight #1. This is one of my favorites growing up, and I'm going to be giving this away for the first hashtag.
Nice.
Quick note: we're going to be doing more than 2 giveaways tonight. All right. What? So this is the first one up. All right, that we're going to give away. Of course, if you're a channel member, the first upgrade giveaway that you can claim. Remember, you can join the channel tonight for as low as $4.99 a month, and you get access to the giveaway books, or to the upgrade giveaway books, every Wednesday night. So the first one I've got here. So this is just, it looks like just a facsimile, right, of a book, the first appearance of Misty Knight. But it's not just that, because it's also, look what's that scrawl there above Iron Fist?
Tony Isabella.
True Believers.
Well, no, it's a reprint, but it's autographed by Tony Isabella, the creator of Misty Knight.
Ooh,
and it's number 575 of 1500. Marvel did a special print run of these books with Marvel's greatest creators, Tony Isabella. They did a special print run of only 1,500 of these with him, and then he signed it personally when I met him at a convention not too long ago. I think it was about a year ago. So saw him at Eastern Rim Con. Yeah. So this cool, fun book, not something that you would come by easily. So it is the first appearance of Misty Knight. So you can win that. Drop in hashtag vintage funny books, and that's your chance to win. And yes, JT, you can enter to win, because I know this is probably a book that you would love to add to the PC. So make sure you drop the chat.
He got scared.
Hashtag vintage funny books. Mr. Collectors, he says we are working out the details. Money bag. All right. So, okay. So hopefully we'll see Mr. Collector in one of those cool vests coming up soon here. All right. So go ahead and be dropping that in. Remember, the way to access this is by being a channel member. This is the giveaway book for for this round. I also have some other nice shiny foil books here, and I may even give out a personal collection storyline if somebody is interested. But mainly these foils is what we're doing tonight. All right. So tonight we're talking about. I'm gonna give people a chance to. Liz Barnes says JT is scared of me. LOL.
Oh.
I don't know. Yes, do you have a reason to be scared of you? Quick shout out to Ryan Riley. Thanks for being here tonight and hanging out with us. Gerald Yates, good to see you as well. To everybody that's hanging out in here, make sure and hit that like button if you haven't yet. Also, make sure to drop that hashtag vintage funny books in the chat for your chance to win. And hey, here's the deal. If you're watching on Facebook or on Twitch, make sure and drop a comment there as well. They should be showing up here on my readout, and I'll send you a special gift for those who do that as well. Let's see. Okay, and then Mr. Collector says, "I'm scared of you, Liz." LOL. All right. Oh, there's JT Comic Books popping in. Liz Barnes says he won't say why. LOL. There's some behind the scenes jokes going on here. Some behind the scenes intel that I'm not aware of. All right. So So we're talking about tonight about vintage or about classic favorite storylines. And the challenge that I had given to the panel was, there's certain storylines that all of us are fans of. Like for me, one that I talk about frequently on the channel here is Daredevil Born Again. I remember reading it as a 13-year-old 8th grader and just loving it. And it just completely rocking my world about, with this dark and gritty storyline featuring Daredevil, who I'd always thought was a really cool character. And so I've shared about that, shared about, a bunch of other different storylines. Like one of them that I continue to pull out that I always bring out is this from Detective Comics. It's number 601, 602, and 603. This is Batman versus a 4-armed or 6-armed demon called Tulpa. All right, this cover haunts me from when I was 13 years old. This is Detective Comics number 602. This is volume 1, and this is by Alan Grant and Norm Brayfogle. They were the big creative team at the time. So anytime you see this masthead, that's kind of like what I had when I was growing up as a kid. What's up, Yum? Good to see you as well. So this particular cover here has stuck with me. I've actually given away this whole storyline before here on the channel. And then this is number 603. And one of the other cool things is that Batman teams up with the demon, Etrigan the demon, and there they are standing amongst the gargoyles. Just a really cool this is just a really cool storyline. These are not expensive books, for those who are wondering. These are maybe $2-3 books max, and it's only a 3-issue run. But this is one of those obscure storylines, because at the time that this was published, Detective Comics was very dark and macabre. Immediately following this storyline was the 4-part Mud Pack storyline featuring Clayface, and that's another one that's just very dark, gritty, and macabre with an air of supernatural, of like grounded supernatural to it, if that makes sense. But you see these books in dollar bins and $2 bins all the time. The Mud Pack books, I have several of them floating around here, so they're common books. But oh man, this is just such a fun storyline, because this cover, if you look, he's one of each of his first 4 arms is holding Batman, and then the middle 2 have that huge axe about to swing and chop through Batman. So I just as a 13-year-old kid, this just drove me wild thinking about this, because I was always the kind of reader that would try to imagine myself, like, what would I do to get out of that if my wrists and my ankles are each held by a huge demon fist, and the other 2 arms are about to chop me in half with this huge double-bladed axe. So I'm kicking it off for the guys as they start to get kind of their stuff lined out and ready. We're going to do our first giveaway after each person shares a storyline. If they've got it, we'll give JT some time to get home. But yeah, I just wanted to share this first and kind of give you a feel for what we're doing tonight. This is the Tulpa storyline. It's Detective Comics Volume 1, number 601 through 603. And we're gonna put these different storylines in the chat, so that if there's one that piques your interest, hey, make sure and do it. And I'll try to remember to update the video description as well. So I'll drop this in the chat, let y'all know Detective Comics 601, 602, and 603 from the personal collection. So let me open it up to let's see, Future Batman or Paul. I'm sure Paul's got something. Paul, give me a thumbs up if you're good to go. If you got your first storyline that you want to share. Okay, yeah, he's good to go. All right, okay, hey, what's up? I see. Let's see real quick. Rafael Jimenez hanging out in the chat. Commercials, Lago, and Coinbase. Thank y'all. Y'all don't have to still tell me the commercials that are there, because I kind of saw what I wanted to see the last time. Hey, if you're just now tuning in, make sure and hit that like button, and if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure and subscribe. All right, so what would Adam West do to get out of that one? Yeah, I have no idea. Same bat channel, same bat time. There you go. I think Adam West would do one of his sexy dances. I recently saw a story that kind of ruined Adam. Yeah, it just kind of ruined my image I had of Adam West, because I saw a story on social media about his proclivities. And okay, just know, where did this come from? All right, I think this ROM number 1 might have a notch on it. So I think I'm gonna do something else. Let me bring up somebody else who wants to go. All right, Paul, what you got? Oh, you're muted, buddy. You're muted. You muted yourself.
Sorry.
There you go.
All right. So this is a storyline I'm talking about.
I need that book, Paul.
This is crazy. So Lois Lane becomes black for 24 hours. It's a crazy story. It's just shocking to me. Like I've asked a lot of people if this would be made today's time, and a lot of people have said no. But yeah, it's an interesting read.
There's no way.
Yeah, that's what I've asked a lot of people in the chat. What you think? Would this be made today? I don't think so.
So do you remember why she turns into a black woman?
So supposedly she's reporting, and people are ignoring her because I guess she's white and a reporter from the Daily Planet, so she wants to become black to go into Little. I think the place is even called Little Africa.
Oh, okay.
It's just a crazy thing. I know this book is an iconic book now. A lot of people want this in their collection, but I don't think that this would be. I don't think this would be made today.
No, I can't see any world where that would be, where that would get the thumbs up to be able to be published.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah. Yam says cancel Superman. That's right. We're living in cancel culture, folks. Only one thing. All it takes is one thing, and you get canceled. All right, I see the chat starting to drop in some of their favorite storylines, which is awesome. All right, let me go ahead and take it over to. That's a really cool book, Paul. So, yeah. Paul, is that part of the, because that is like a pristine copy,
iconic
of that
cover.
book.
Yeah, I sold one, and I just now acquired it. I was going to show it tonight, but then I was like, well, storyline I've been looking for. And yeah, like I said, I've asked a lot. Huh?
Is that for me?
No, you don't want this. This has nothing to do with you.
Oh.
Anyway, this ain't got no workout or nothing like that. But yeah, so like I said, iconic, and like I said, I've asked a lot of people, and like Carlos was saying, I don't think it would be made today. I think it would be a big uproar.
I mean, it would be. I would be shocked to see a book like a book with that subject matter published today, in 2024. I'd be legitimately shocked to see that. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, I definitely don't think that the storyline would be the same. Like that, it would be the same storyline that it is there. But you never know. I have, that reminded me of when I started digging for one, Paul. That reminded me of the time that Frank Castle, the Punisher, had surgery to become black.
Oh yeah, and then he worked alongside Luke Cage or something.
Luke Cage, yeah, very interesting storyline. And then that was the Frank Castle one was much later than the one that you've got. Because yours was, I think, during the 70s, and this one would have been during the early 90s. I think late 80s, early 90s. I was digging through my book. I'm going to bring it over to Jen next, and then I'm going to dig through and find that Punisher storyline while we're talking about it. All right, Jen, what do you got for us, buddy?
Okay, so
one of my favorite, I guess, 90s run of comic books was the Electric Superman. I was a big fan of when that controversial logo change happened and his powers changed because he got too much energy from the sun, and they kind of expanded his powers to where they explained why, how much of a solar battery he actually is. If you guys don't remember the logo actually looked like this. This is one of the comics for his son that came out, which was Adventures of Superman, John Kent. This is a big time collectibles exclusive that had came out for that costume logo. I remember he sold out like hotcakes. They're still selling out like hotcakes. It's like
you're talking about like the blue suit and the red suit,
and they have a red one. So I'm gonna go into that, guys. So I didn't have the luxury of going to like comic book shops, like that were around. There was one shop that my parents just so happened to take me to, which doesn't exist anymore, but it was called Midnight Comics, and they eventually turned into what you know today as Comic Palooza when the owner sold their store and everything. So when I went there, those are one of the first comics that I actually picked up, but I had gone back and started picking up the older issues, and because Electric Superman, I mean, I know a lot of people didn't care for his costume change because you had those purists that were like, oh, you can't change Superman into that. And I, being a kid, I was attracted to the look. I was like, I remember Nicolas Cage was, I think he was supposed to deem the role, and I think they were supposed to make like Superman Lives or something, and it was supposed to be like a futuristic Matrix type movie, and he was supposed to helm the suit. He was supposed to have that whole look because Con Air had just came out, and I just remember the popularity for that for that was supposed to be huge until I think that someone leaked his photo, and then it was just everything was just scraps after that. But they had a Superman blue and they had a Superman red. Yeah. Basically during a fight with, I can't remember his name, the character's name, but I know they fought Maxima. Maxima is one of the very few characters that has enslaved Superman, usually with her lust and these unbreakable chains. Of course, Superman always, he's as strong as he needs to be to overcome his problems. But I remember when I read this story, there was a event called the Millennium Giants, and it was basically the red Superman, blue Superman first meet. They're like, hey, like, how are you? You find out later as they talk that during that battle, they split into two different characters, red Superman, blue Superman. They're actually linked. Their minds are actually linked to one thing or whatever. Like if the blue one gets hit, the red one can feel it. And this plays out as the story goes on. So the red one sacrifices himself. He defeats the Millennium Giants, and as he's in space, he's dying. And the blue one tells him, like, look, we've been through everything together so far. I can't let you die. So he harnesses his energy, and they actually bind and become one. And there was a comic book that came out. It was a very beautiful Alex Ross cover. I just couldn't take that one out because it's been in Mylar, and that's something that I want to get signed by Alex Ross. And it's called Superman Forever. It's a one shot, but it was basically like a reboot to the old classical suit, but it has like his entire origins from like Action Comics 1 all the way up to like the present day, which was like 2000 at the time, 1999, 2000. And I remember there was a holograph variant that came out for that. where it had Clark Kent opening his shirt, looking up, and flying off. And that one, those comics, they're not like super rare or anything, but they're one of those neat comics. Like if you lived in that era, if you lived in, if you were collecting comics in the 90s, you saw that and you're like, oh man, like holographic covers,
Yeah.
It was like a thing, foil holographic covers. It was another one too, acetate. So it was one of those things that attracted me as a kid. But yeah, this suit, this is what really made me like think Superman was a little bit more interesting than just some super strong guy from Krypton. And then eventually, man, I started becoming a fan of the character. I didn't really care for Superman until like I started reading more onto him, and now I'm actually a huge Superman fan. I love Superman, even because he is super overpowered. I mean, but he's the one that paved the way, man. He's the one that paved the way for superheroes. But that's it. That's all I got to share on that 90s stuff, and then we'll go backwards from there.
Very cool. So real quick, I'm gonna jump back to it, jump back into it, and then JT, just give me a thumbs up when you're ready to go. So the first, so we were talking about it before, the whole the change of Punisher. This is Three Good Nerds, you called it, so good job. Here's the Punisher. So it was the final part of the Final Days storyline. It was a 7-part storyline where he got jacked up by Jigsaw and just really got beat up. So, but then in this one, plastic surgery is performed on him, and then in issue 60, we see Punisher going side by side with Cage, who was also big in the 90s at this time, had his own title, and we see the two of them teaming up side by side. And of course, it's the same kind of a thing, major character changing, like race swapping. Then here's issue number 61, Frank Castle, the Punisher, and Luke Cage going side by side to fight crime. And then it was short-lived though, because in issue 62, it announces he's back. So it's back to the Punisher that we all remember. So interesting comic stories. It's always cool to see some of the comic stories that they come up with. I do want to make a note about this first giveaway. I'm going to do it winner's choice. This particular copy of ROM has a notch. It has a small tear on the cover, and I just noticed that. So this is just going to be a freebie I throw into whoever wins. And I'm going to see if I can find another copy of it that is not messed up, but this one actually has this small tear on the cover there, so I don't want to send that to y'all. So I've got a few other foils that you can choose from. New Mutants 98 is an option. Showcase 22 First Green Lantern is an option, and then House of Secrets 92 is another option as well. And then, and like I said, I'll try to find another ROM, so I may be able to find a ROM, but this one's messed up here. So the hot pink. David Dodson says he loves the 90s photo covers. Look at the hot pink. Yep, yeah, fun stuff. All right, let me go through here. And so, okay, cool. All right, so JT, I'm gonna go ahead and come over to you, and I'm gonna pull up the. I'm gonna get the giveaway ready. We're gonna do the giveaway next. If you haven't entered the hashtag, make sure and do so. Hashtag Vintage Funny Books is what you want to enter to get a chance to win these comic books. And if you're brand new to the channel, maybe you've never watched before, this is the deal. It's called the Giveaway Show because we give away comic books. You must be age 18 or older, or if you're under 18, you got to get a parent to be the one to correspond about winning. But yeah, it's free comic books. They're shipped directly to you for free. All we do is just do these giveaways and then talk about different comic book news that's going on at the time. And we do all this in large part due to the generosity of channel sponsor Lone Star Heroes Comics and Toys. So we've got, and we'll run their commercial one more time before the end of the show. All right, let's go ahead and bring it back over to JT. And JT, what do you got for us?
Okay, guys.
You're kind of breaking up. It's kind of breaking up a lot.
Breaking up.
Yeah. Now
it's trying to connect to my Wi-Fi probably because I just got home.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, now it's clear.
It's clear. It's clear now.
Ooh. Yeah.
Okay. So I was saying I was a big X-Men fan. Jim Lee, 90 X-Men. That's what actually got me into comics, just seeing his artwork and stuff. But what I really, really liked back then, this was my first DC comic that I ever picked up. Milestone, Hardware.
Oh, there.
Yeah. So, y'all know my favorite character is Miles Morales. But who was the first Miles Morales? Static.
Yeah, that's right.
Right?
That's right.
Static. Okay. So, this is one storyline that I really loved. In fact, just because it was somebody different who looked like me, you know what I mean?
Nah, man. That dude would have to do like 100 push-ups to be like,
just like me. I thought the costume, everything was cool. I was kind of disappointed when the Static Shock cartoon came out. You know, he didn't even have this on. I wanted him with the hat, not no. What do he have? Dreadlocks.
Yeah, the trench coat. He had a trench coat and dreadlocks, and he flew around on a tactical.
He was supposed to have his fade look cool like this, but yeah. It's kind of like almost like the cartoon, but the subject matter was more adult, more real. Like when the Big Bang happens, Static actually has a gun. Like you know the story where he's getting bullied, and then he gets protected, and then he has to go and fight. You know, show up to the Big Bang. And, you know, he gets scared. He has his gun. He doesn't go through with it. He don't want to kill nobody. So it's a little bit, the cartoon's a little bit watered down, but it's almost the same concept. I enjoy like how he had all types of different friends, you know, Asians, smart friends, thugs friends. I mean, it was just a cool storyline. And yeah, I just liked it. I like the art. This weekend, for the people that's in Texas, it's a con coming up. Dennis Cowan is going to be there, so I'm gonna get my Static book signed.
Oh yeah, he did that. Then did he do the other Milestone books too? Did he do any of
Yeah,
that?
he did all those covers. The interior artist is John Pierre, but he did do the covers too.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
I have more that I pulled here for you. Did he do? Let's see. Did he do Blood Syndicate?
Yep, he's on Blood Syndicate. He's on Hardware and Icon. So yeah, pretty much all of them. Yeah.
yeah,
So,
All right.
yeah. But you got to give a lot of credit to Dwayne McDuffie because
yes.
Dwayne McDuffie was like, if for those that don't know who Dwayne McDuffie is, he was from Detroit. He was one of the very few black writers that was pushing characters like Rocket, Icon, Hardware, like what you know, JT's you know, showed off, and Static Shock, which, you know, they were trying to take real life social issues, creating new characters, minority characters, not changing characters, actually creating characters and pushing them into a mainstream media that embraced them. Which is why I totally agree with JT that, you know, they gave him dreadlocks. They should have gone with that look.
Yeah.
They should have gone with, I mean, but that's how it is, right? Whenever they're trying to market, I guess, to kids, they're going to make things more colorful for whatever reason. They didn't do that with Blade, though. I mean, they turned him straight, you know, black suit. They didn't give him the green and the khakis and all that stuff. And
said no.
Yeah, they just, I know. Wesley was probably like, hey, no, I'm not having that.
Wasn't that guy the writer of Justice League, the cartoon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He wrote a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But good stuff, man.
Yeah, he stole a lot of stuff. Yeah.
Well, that's good, man. Thanks for sharing that, and I'm excited that you said Dennis Cowan is going to be there.
Yep, he will be there.
Nice. So check this out. Let's go ahead and we're gonna bring everybody up. Let's go ahead and bring out the giveaway. There we go. All right, remember it's hashtag Vintage Funny Books, and like I said, if you want me to find you a clean copy of ROM number 1, this foil facsimile, I will. Or you can also choose one of these other foils. If you are a channel member, you have the option to get this autographed copy of Iron Fist. Well, no, it's Iron Fist Misty Knight number 1. Wait, I'm not sure what the actual title is of the book, but it's a special reprint that Marvel did, and Tony Isabella autographed this one. It's numbered 575 of 1500.
Misty Knight,
so,
is she like in
pretty cool thing, fun thing to get into. All right, I see a couple more folks have entered, and let's see. Let me get over here. All right, so we're going to go ahead and run this in 3, 2, 1. Good luck, everybody.
Good luck.
Alex Ross getting this right, yeah.
All right, let's see who did it.
And this is
who's going to go to. Oh, Australia.
Oh, congrats.
Australian AC.
Mr. Air
All right.
Conditioner.
All right, so congratulations, Australian AC. Let me know which of these foils. Of course, Australian AC. I'm building a box for you because we're going to get this to him. We're building a box because he's in Australia. As you probably guessed. So the deal is overseas. I'll cover part of it, and he's going to do the Green Lantern. All right, so cool. Hey, you can't go bad.
Yeah, he said give it to Paul. Thank you, buddy.
So this is the first appearance of Green Lantern. Showcase 22, a nice foil facsimile copy. I'm going to go ahead and mark this for you and put it in your box. And I'm also looking for another book for you as well that I have not found it yet, but I'm still looking. So
Australian AC, he's from Perth.
He's from, we're from Perth, Australia.
All
right. So we're going to do our next giveaway shortly in just a few minutes, but I'm going to go ahead and send it back over to Paul and see what Paul's next. Oh, he's in Melbourne. I'm going to see what else Paul's got to share with us. So, Paul, what do you got?
Well, I wasn't ready.
All right. JT, you want to take it back?
Yeah, I'll take it back.
All
right, guys. So, want to show off this real quick.
Oh, yeah.
I got this from the man Carlos Collects himself. So, this is the continuation of Meteor Man, the movie. So everybody knows this. This was the first black superhero movie.
Yep.
And this is the actual adaptation to the movie.
Oh, you have that too.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I do have this one.
Yeah.
So this is the photo cover.
Yeah.
Looks like you, JD.
I know, looks just like me. But
He does.
If y'all haven't seen this movie, it's basically about a guy who finds a meteor. The meteor gives him superpowers, so he's basically like Superman. He has the cold breath, he has the super strength. But what he's doing in this movie is basically fighting this gang who's trying to take over the neighborhood. So that's what it's really about. Cool movie, cool comic. If y'all haven't seen it, I would, recommend watching it.
Is Robert Townsend still with us?
Yeah, he's still alive. Yeah.
Okay. Because, man, that is like the kind of comic that is begging to be signed by the actor.
Right.
Yeah.
Like signed and slapped. Because, because didn't he co-create the character?
Yes.
Of Meteor Man?
Yeah, he did.
Okay. Yeah, so he's the creator, he's the star, and then it's him on the cover. I mean, oh man, that thing,
right.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's also
can't beat that.
It's also Marvel, so
right, Marvel. And then when you get to this, then he goes with Spider-Man. You can see all kind of other characters.
Night Thrasher
from the Marvel. Yeah, Night Thrasher. Yeah, and I have issues 1. I'm missing I think 2, but I have 3 and 4. So I think it was only a 5-issue series for this.
Yeah. There's not a lot of them. I remember looking because I looked it up after after you came over and we went through them. That's so cool. That's such a cool, fun part of comic book history to to have.
Yeah, and I've had this since I was a kid. Like my
Wow.
dad bought this for me.
Oh my gosh! Wow,
It's that old.
that is awesome.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Nice. All right, let me go ahead. Let me bring here. I'm going to jump in real quick. So I shared the time that Punisher had surgery and became black. That's from Punisher Volume 2.
Mhm.
I also shared Detective Comics Volume 1, numbers 601 through 603, which is the Tulpa storyline. So here's two that are back to back that I'm going to share real quick with y'all. Now you've seen these before recently because it was kind of like a hot book. Y'all remember what the storyline is for this one?
Mhm.
No,
Yeah.
what was it?
King versus Immortus.
Yeah, it's the Council of Kangs.
Yeah.
Council.
This is the third part of the Council of Kangs, right? But that's not the one that I'm showcasing right now. I'm showcasing it because it goes from this, the final part of that, to a short story about featuring Namor in battle, number 270, 271, and then the big showdown, Submariner versus Atuma in Avengers 272.
Mhm.
But those are all just leading up to a classic storyline that I love. I don't think it gets enough attention. The Siege of Avengers Mansion, which kicks off in the 25th anniversary Marvel issue. This is Avengers 273. And this is, so these border issues had, they were done for Marvel's 25th anniversary. And here, and it had one solo shot on every Marvel title had one. But it had one solo character on it with this same border around them. And I just love these covers. I don't collect them, but I love these. But this is the first part, and then it goes into a battle where the Masters of Evil have now gone into the Avengers Mansion, and they face off with Hercules by himself. Love this story because Hercules is essentially beaten to a pulp and put into a coma. Then it goes into where Ant-Man and the Wasp, side by side, are trying to defend him from the Absorbing Man and Titania, which is another just, you would totally not believe that this went out. What's up, Guy Forge? Good to see you. Thanks for dropping in tonight. All right. Then here, these next two are the kind of the more iconic covers from the run. This is when the Avengers, the signal's gone out, and the Avengers have been able to kind of regroup, and they're going to go on the attack against the Masters of Evil. This is Avengers number 276 from Volume 1. I love this cover of all of them coming at the mansion. This is when they come in to take back the mansion. Last part, Avengers 277 in Final Battle. This is them fighting the last battle in the ruins of Avengers Mansion. We never saw this in the movies, but the Avengers used to have a mansion in New York, like kind of like what the X-Men have, but they were in upstate New York. This was in closer to downtown New York, with this big mansion, and it had all these defenses. It was kind of like almost like a White House type of setup, but this is just a great. It's a great cover. It's a fantastic ending because it's Baron Zemo going face to face with Captain America, and then you see all the other fighters. It was a knockdown slugfest of a battle, resulting in, spoiler alert. Well, I won't give the spoilers away, but resulting in the death of characters. So just a fun. It's a fun storyline, a fun 5-issue storyline that I've always loved, and it's always been kind of had a special place in my heart because, again, this came out when this was in '85, and I was a kid, but as time went on, these were easy to come by. And I remember having some of these and waiting years to find the rest of them because I didn't know about comic shops or how to mail order comic books. My parents didn't want me doing that. But I have always loved this, and I remember being terrified reading the entire story of what's going to happen to each of these characters. But that's not all, because following just about 40 issues later, same volume. Was another little known Avengers storyline called. It was a 6-part storyline called The Crossing Line, featuring a nuclear sub and the Avengers with a new lineup going on a rescue mission / combat mission. So you see Quasar, one of my favorite characters that never gets used, Stingray. I just love the character design there. And then you see White Vision hanging out there. But that's issue 319. It also is in 320. We see I think it's a Tuma showing up again. And then number 321, they're into the sub at this point. And then number 322, guest stars Alpha Flight, because this was an international incident. Because remember, the Avengers were recognized by the United Nations for a long period of their run, and so they had kind of their own international status. So they would get called in for situations like this. Then 323, no spoilers. It's still Alpha Flight, but you can see the cover, just a terrifying underlit artwork. Because remember, they were going after a nuclear sub. And then 324, the final issue of The Crossing Line. And it's ominously titled Nuclear Holocaust, also guest starring Alpha Flight. So, again, these are like $2 books. And so but I love these kind of nostalgia, lesser known storylines. These are the kind of things that I always imagine. Like when we see the MCU movies, the big Avengers movies, these are the types of missions and stories that my imagination sees happening between the movies. Like these different missions. Because that's the one thing I wish that we saw more of. Is just all the different missions that the Avengers went in, and all the different lineups of. Because we've had so many different lineups of Avengers characters. So this is called Avengers: The Crossing Line. That's a 6-part series, and then that came about 40 issues after the Siege of Avengers Mansion, which kicks off in Avengers number 273 and goes through 277. So just some obscure books, some storylines I loved growing up as a kid, and just wanted to share with y'all. Of course, like I said, in this era. The most recently well-known books were the Council of Kangs 3-part storyline. This is the 3rd, and it's one that was a spotlight got shown on the era, but some of these later books, like right after it, were not really as they didn't get as much attention. So just want to share those real quick, and then I'm going to go ahead and pass it over to Jen now. I see that several people in the chat are saying that they're trying to win, or not win. They're trying to collect the 25th anniversary cover. I see a few people doing it. What's up, Bree Plays? It's good to see you. Glad that you're here. All right, so yeah, El Green is doing it. Let's see, he's trying to collect the 25th anniversary ones. Dagger Cards is also, and then Ryan Riley is as well. Yeah, the Star comic 25th anniversary covers like Care Bears. Those are super hard to come by. All right, let me go and pass it over to Jen and see what Jen's got for us.
Ooh. All right, guys. So one of my other favorite stories reading as a kid growing up was that started, I guess, my love for DC characters, like the expansion of DC characters, because you have your Superman, your Batman, Wonder Woman, your Trinity, right? But there was a character called Black Adam, okay? And I didn't know who the character was until some guy at the comic shop was like, "Oh man, you're getting buff. You should definitely cosplay as him." And I'm like, "Who is this character?" And then eventually I started reading a comic book called JSA. So it was at the time it was running from 1999 to 2005. It was around the time of this event called Crisis on Infinite Earths, which eventually
had a continuation side story sequel, which was called The 0 Hour. For those that were collecting comics or know the event, you know that the 0 Hour eventually led into Infinity Crisis and Earth 2 and Alexander Luthor Jr., which is Alexander Lex Luthor's son. So all these things, you know, they reinvented some of these characters, or they gave them like Jeff Johns is really like, people don't give Jeff Johns enough credit for how intellectual he is. He revived a lot of DC characters, from Green Lantern from the 2005 run to JSA, which eventually created an amazing comic book called JSA Classified. Now, this is one of my favorite, like what is it called? Like covers that I would say that Adam Hughes did. And then, so Power Girl wasn't a huge character, I guess, going into the 90s. But in 2000, and in 2005, they really brought her back. She had amazing covers. She had an amazing background story. Amanda Connor, you know, who wasn't popular at the time, she made a name for herself with these stories. Same thing with her colorist / inker, Jimmy Palomiti. I hope I'm not saying that wrong. Palomiti, Jimmy Palomiti. I remember when I was reading these, Black Adam was actually the main antagonist for those stories, and he went from being like this super bad guy to this anti-hero throughout the run, and he was trying to bring back like his love, Isis, which was like a Egyptian princess that he fell in love with. So he was trying to bring her back. In fact, there was this game that came out like in around this time, around 2010, 2011. It was right around the time of the New 52 Rebirth and Flashpoint, where Jim Lee and a bunch of DC artists came together and created the DC Universe Online, which was on PlayStation, and you can create your own character. They took all these stories, like from GSA Classified, Infinity Crisis. They took the origins of bad guys, and they allowed the character, like the fan, to go in and be part of these stories. You would have raids, and it was like, you know, a lot of people don't understand, but there was a peak between, I think, 1997 all the way up to like 2014, I would say. And around that time, if you were just getting into comics, you had so much exposure into these characters because they were testing, you know, they were testing stories, artists. They were just going all out with all these different characters. So one of my favorites runs at the time was this book right here, this entire run right here, the JSA Classified. It lasted until I think issue 39. The reason so was because eventually they led into Flashpoint. Of course, those that know what happened with Flashpoint, they reset the entire DC continuity, and they rebooted everything. They were trying to bring in new fans, which of course didn't go the way they planned, and then eventually you get Rebirth and so forth. But yeah, I mean, anyways, I just wanted to share that, and if you guys haven't checked it out, you definitely should. Black Adam is an amazing character. Power Girl is an amazing character. Dr. Fate has an amazing run in there. In fact, you learn that there's like 3 different Dr. Fates. Actually, there's like 4 different Dr. Fates. You learn a lot of different things about different characters, which was one of the things that I really enjoyed. You also understand
how awesome Black Adam is when he sets up the events for World War III. Like, one of my favorite story or spinoffs that started with this, that led into other stories, was World War III, where Batman and Black Adam have a conversation on a battleground, and Black Adam goes up to Batman and he's like, I have the entire DC, heroes, villains on my side. I'm their leader. Who do you have? I mean, you have no one yet that can defeat me, right? And Batman just says, I don't need anyone except Superman. And then just like, I remember reading that and I was like, oh, because he's OP. He'll destroy everybody, right? And of course, Dr. Fate didn't join him. So, of course, he also has Dr. Fate. But World War III was an amazing comic. It's very underrated. But this comic, again, I'm saying, this comic started it all. JSA was a huge, popular comic in 2005, all the way up to like 2008. It was a good time to be alive if you were trying to read up on DC characters, from Hal Jordan to John Stewart to Dr. Fate to Zatanna. Zatanna had an amazing mini solo run also. DC was thriving. Their animation was thriving. They had amazing animation. They still do to this day, but it wasn't like what it is back then. Like today, you have a lot of like messages that are put in these movies and these cartoons. But back then, it was just all out fun. It was for everybody, whether if you were 90 years old or if you were 8 years old, someone could pick something up and enjoy it. And that's what you loved about it, because it was just free for all. But yeah, that's it, man. That's all I got to share with you guys. Hopefully you guys go back and look at that stuff.
Dude, I love that cover. And I love that. The JSA during that time was just like peak storytelling.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that is fantastic. That is awesome.
Yeah, that's dope.
That's cool.
Yeah. She has another one where she's like flying in the sky with the airplanes. She's like flying. It's a beautiful cover. Even Black Adam has one too, where he's just like standing and just the way they show him, like the way Alex Ross draws, it's just, you're just like, holy crap.
Yeah, he's phenomenal. And then that's fantastic. That's a good one. That's a good run. That's a really cool. And you're right, it doesn't get the attention that it does. And I think, like you said, Jeff Johns doesn't get the accolades that he does for rebooting several of these characters.
Yeah,
because not only did he do the Barry Allen Flash, he brought him back. He brought back the Hal Jordan Green Lantern, but he also brought back and cleaned up the convoluted storyline for Hawkman.
Yes.
Remember,
my God. Yes.
Dude, he also
that was amazing in GSA, and there's another one too with what's his name, the redhead. He gets so underplayed. The second Flash, Wally West. Wally West, guys, has twins, and they create a story with Wally West where he's juggling his life with raising his kids and with Iris, and there's moments where it's almost like you're reading Spider-Man, like Spider-Man, Mary Jane, and stuff like that. And I didn't have kids or anything, but I was like, man, this guy's juggling, like, he's using the Speed Force. He's having issues here. He's got to pick up baby formula. He's got to keep it good with his wife. The Green Lantern Corps, and then also they had the expansion of the Corps. You had Green Lantern Corps, Yellow Corps, Purple Corps, Magenta, all that. Jeff Johns does not get enough.
But there was only one orange.
Yeah, sure.
You can't have no more than just one.
Oh, because you'd be the orange one, right? You'd be the orange one, Paul.
Yeah. No, he's the pink Ranger.
Pink Ranger.
All right, let me send it back over. Let me send it back over to JT. Oh wait, you got one, Paul?
Yeah. So like I said, everybody knows me for a big time collector or whatever, but this book is not really worth anything.
Ooh.
But it's
yeah.
Starlin's story is just so. So if y'all haven't read this is New Adventures. This is 414. So this everybody knows Batman is the greatest detective ever, but in this story he gets out, meaning like he thinks he finds the killer. He's killing women.
Mm-hmm.
He befriends a woman that he saves from a burning building, and they become friends, and then he gets killed. So he thinks he finds the culprit or the guy that's responsible, but when he's in jail, they got a final fifth woman, and it just throws him crazy because he's figuring, he goes, she died 2 hours, and the guy's been in jail she's been dead for 2 hours. The guy, he just caught him and in jail for an hour, so he's like, he can't be the killer. So it's a pretty good story. Like I said, it's a grounded story.
That was a 3-issue run, wasn't it?
No, I'm not sure if it continues on, but at the end, he's like destined to find this guy. But it's a pretty hard story, and I like these back then that weren't like 20 storylines. It's just one story, 2 stories. But yeah, it's a pretty one. If y'all pretty groundbreaking one on this. If y'all have a chance to read that, he gets outsmarted, guys. So greatest detective in the world got outsmarted.
And you can't win them all, and I love that.
And so if y'all don't know, I'm a big time Sinister fan. There's nobody more into Mr. Sinister than I am. But if y'all do pick up this run further, there's another one that has Cyclops, but this one is the origin of Mr. Sinister. What he does to Apocalypse over here.
So that issue number 2, I have a stack of about 20 of them.
Yeah, so this is a good run to pick up, guys, if y'all want to know the origin of Mr. Sinister.
Yeah, I didn't get 1 or 3 or 4. I just have 2. And that's pretty sweet. That's some good intel, Paul. Because that was the second one. They did Cyclops and Phoenix, but then they did a further one, right?
Yes, sir. And then all this is about Mr. Sinister, because I'm the number one Mr. Sinister fan.
Nice.
And like I said, this one's a really good story, guys. And like I said, it's not really worth a lot. There are different printings of it, but just read it. Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. All right, JT, I'm gonna bring it over to you before we run this next giveaway. JT, you got one? You got anything else you want to share?
Yeah, I'm gonna make this real quick. So, I got this
JT,
right
in this particular shot from this angle, your bicep looks about 3 times the size of your head.
it's the way the phone's set up.
Right.
No, it ain't. That's a lie.
But,
oh, wow.
This Ace from the Spider-Man. But,
nice.
He's based off of Prince, right?
Yeah.
You see him on his little motorcycle, like Purple Rain.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. But what I do have is another book by Dwayne McDuffie.
Oh, wow.
With art by Dennis Cowan. I need to get this one signed as well.
Oh, wow.
But this is a Prince. This came out in like 90, I think it said 91. So this is a pretty cool book. Basically, he's fighting with music. I think this is a DC book. Yeah.
So he's severely overpowered. Is that what you're saying?
No, the bad guy's overpowered. He has destructive music.
Oh, okay.
But Prince ends up winning with, love.
That is awesome.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool book.
That is fantastic.
So you want some pancakes?
Yeah. He's going to say gang blouses.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I didn't even change in this.
And this right here, Mr. Collector, if you're still there, I got this for you.
What? Oh,
Yeah, he
you know
wants
what?
these.
Yeah.
He likes these books. He collects them.
All right. So let me go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and run this giveaway right now. So the winner will get their choice of a foil cover that I got here. If you're a channel member, you will get this autograph. You can upgrade to this autographed copy. It's facsimile for the first appearance of Misty Knight, but it's autographed by her co-creator Tony Isabella. So it's a cool book. It's a fun little thing just to have in the collection. So let's go ahead, and also be dropping in the chat hashtag favorite stories. What's up, the Art Chemist? Good to see you. Glad that you're here for a little bit. So everybody else, just drop that in there. Hashtag favorite stories. We're going to go ahead and do that.
Jared Yates, you're out
right now. All right, looks like we got about 18 entries in here. All right, let's go ahead and run this. Good luck to everybody. In 3, 2, 1. Here we go. All right, man.
Batman at?
We got. He's there. He's there. He just stepped out. And Darth Lucian 88.
Wow.
Congratulations.
It stayed on the team for a little while and then it moved.
All right, congratulations, Darth Lucian. You need to let me know in the chat which book you'd like of the foils. So let me know, Darth Lucian, which one you'd like. Remember, you do have to be present to win the books, so you got to drop in and do it. So we got this ROM. I will try to find a better copy of it, and then I got the New Mutants 98 foil. Look at this foily goodness. And then we got House of Secrets 92, and then we got this. We got the ROM one. Like I said, this has a notch on the cover, but I'm going to see if I can find an extra copy of it. I'm pretty sure I can, because I know there's a stack of them. And then New Mutants 98 foil. So, Darth Lucian, sorry to hear that you are in the hospital right now. I hope you're. And then, like I said, for channel members, you can jump up to the upgrade book. Okay, so Darth Lucian is going to do ROM. And like I said, this one does have a small tear in the cover, but I am going to try to find another copy of it. I will let you know what ends up happening with that. I should know something.
Guys, and like I said, you can get the upgrade book if you're a channel member. So, nothing on that, but decide if you want to be a channel member so you get the nicer upgrade.
Yeah. We've added a lot of pluses to being a channel member. In addition to,
I think Joe Yates
giveaway for every episode. You can also watch the channel members only live streams. It's the first and third Fridays of the month. So this Friday, I'll be doing the next episode of Carlson Friends. There I go over all the top 10 lists, give my take on them, on which books are worth picking up, which ones maybe pass on. And so that, I think, has already helped out several people. It's already helped out some people, with making making the most out of limited money. Everybody's budgets are a little bit tighter right now, so that's kind of one way to help with that. In addition, even at some of the larger tiers, you do get comic books on a quarterly basis. So cool. Congratulations, Darth Lucian, and I hope you get to feeling better. I'll go ahead and share these two books, then I'm going to pass it back over to Paul. So I did a video a little while back. I'll drop it in the featured videos tab here on the channel on the playlist. I shared 10 single issue storybooks that I just thought were fantastic. Wow. One of them is this, and again, these are not high dollar books. This case in point, this is a $1 book. It was written by Brian Michael Bendis with art by David Finch and inks by Thaber. This is Ultimate X-Men Volume 1, issue number 41. And it was part 2 of the New Mutants storyline.
Oh, yeah.
But this was one of the most gut-wrenching, well-told single-issue stories that I've ever read. just of all time. It's a Wolverine solo story, and in it, it's about a teenage, because mutants, their powers come around as they enter adolescence. So this young teenager finds out that he has powers in the most horrifying of ways, and it's a gut punch of a story, and Wolverine is the lone X-Men that shows up to help this young man deal with it. And it's a stark reminder that not every mutation is a cool one, like Logan's healing factor or Storm's weather control powers or some of those. But it's amazing. It's such a well-written story and such a heart-wrenching kind of predicament, that we had. I don't even know if regular Marvel 616 continuity has had a storyline quite like this one, but it was done. And again, because we've seen mutants that didn't have attractive mutations. We've seen that before, movies, comics, every TV, shows, cartoons. We've seen that before, but to this level, with the outcome as it stands, just a fantastic. So I can't more highly recommend Ultimate X-Men number 41. Like I said, it's a $1 book, folks. This is a $1 book, but it's just one of those amazing books. So much so that I have 2 copies of it. All right, other single issue story. I'll share this, and then I'm gonna pass it back over to one of the guys, and then we'll start setting up for our third giveaway of the night. So the original 90s Nightwing series, the ongoing series by Chuck Dixon with art by Scott McDaniel, with inks by Carl Story, was just a phenomenal run. And for me, that is the Nightwing run that defines Nightwing for me. Issue number 25 was a standalone story where we see Dick Grayson's Nightwing catching up with Tim Drake's Robin, and them spending a night doing training exercises, literally training exercises on top of a moving train.
You're saying the plot for the new Teen Titans movie. Can you please not do that?
This is a fantastic story. It's Nightwing number 25. You see the 2 characters, and they are it's
somebody's
phenomenal.
Attention. Good Lord,
it's phenomenal. And I'll tell you, it's just one of those stories that sticks with you. It came out in 1998, and it's just from beginning to end. It's so cool because at the time, Chuck Dixon was writing the Nightwing series. He was writing the Robin series. He was writing the Birds of Prey series. And he was also writing on some of the regular Batman titles. So he was kind of the king of the Batman family of titles. So it was so awesome in this crossover to hear, kind of conversation about everything going on in the larger Bat family corner of the DC universe. So Nightwing number 25, again, this is not more than a $5 book in super high grade, but just a phenomenal storyline. I know it's a part of some collected editions, but I can't more highly recommend these 2 as like 2 of my favorite single issue storylines. So if you ever have a chance to come across these, Nightwing 25 or Ultimate X-Men 41, do yourself a favor and pick them up. They're excellent. They're well written. And I'll tell you what, they're cheap books. So this next winter, if you want to read these, if you want to read these, I'll throw one of them in your package to go with you. So that being said, I'm going to enter the next giveaway. I'm going to put the next giveaway here. I'm going to go and pass it over to. Hey, don't start that. Don't start. The wound is fresh. All right, the wound is fresh. Okay. Good. Look at Paul. Look, you're gonna make him cry. Look at him.
All right, future Batman, you're here.
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, okay. Well, since I ain't met him up yet, I'm gonna let you guys see what I'm gonna give Future Batman. So I'm giving this to Future Batman. Cyberforce.
What?
Oh, snap, man.
Who's that signed by?
I do not know, Paul. I'm getting old.
Is that Mark Silvestri?
Yeah.
Who is that?
It is. That's who it is.
Yeah, that's what it is. He just
Yeah,
say it. Yeah,
that's what I said. I don't know if
I
Paul
was supposed to give this to him, but he's been avoiding me, guys. But I'll show it
I am
on
not
here. You guys
avoiding
can see what I'm gonna give him, but no. And the last one I got. So this was a cool thing. I got it signed by Tom DeFalco.
Oh, dude, that's dope.
So if y'all don't know, Tom DeFalco told me. So this book was it going against the code, because the code you can't have cars running over hearts and stars. So he was the editor at the time, and he said, we're gonna do it. So it's signed by him with hearts and stars. He says with hearts and stars on there. So yeah, guys, so without Tom DeFalco being the editor, we wouldn't have got this, because the code wouldn't let it go. They said you can't run over hearts and stars, but he said we're gonna do it.
All right, so hey, Paul, it looks like somebody has already claimed that one.
What? Oh, well, I'm sorry there, Jen. I guess you ain't get. Yeah, so I was supposed to give it to him. It was going to be a surprise, but I still.
Oh, that is sweet.
It's a great surprise, Paul. Even on here, it's a really great surprise. Thank you, guys.
So y'all get to see it. So, it might make it to him. So I don't know.
Uh-oh. Well, I misspelled it, so that's what we're going to go with.
He misspelled it.
That's his great value brother.
Alter ego.
Well, you know what? There you go. So if y'all want to know, so I wasn't going to do this one, but this is a 6-issue series. This is the origin of Beta Ray Bill with Stormbreaker. So it's a really 6-issue series, guys, about him. He goes up against this villain right here, and if y'all know, this is like the homage to Silver Surfer 4.
What's the Battlefield?
The cover, how they're battling, and Galactus is in this. So it's a 6-issue series. It's actually what he does to Spider-Man is crazy, but. He loses Stormbreaker for a little bit and gets him back. It's just a crazy read, but yeah, this is the origin of Beta Ray Bill. If you want to interested in it, and it's from the Ragnarok series. After the Ragnarok, from the Thor series. Yeah, that's a good read too if y'all want it. 6-issue series. I think they may have like a trade paperback or something. But yeah, that's all I got.
Nice. All right, so for those who, what's up, Comic Book Report? Hey, big shout out and congratulations to Comic Book Report. He has got a massive channel going on right now. He just broke 8,000 subscribers.
Wow!
And so big shout out, congratulations. Check his channel out. He's got a lot of cool stuff over there. To the 20 plus people that are watching right now, make sure and hit that like button. And let us know that you're here. I did misspell Mark Silvestri's name. Apologies, Mark. I know you pop in and watch the show from time to time for Paul.
He does. Yeah.
But we're sorry about that. And so I'll make it up to you, Mark. The next time I see you, drinks are on me. But it's hashtag Mark with a K Silvestri to enter to win the next foil giveaway. And then we're going to do, channel members can grab this autographed copy of this autographed reprint of the first appearance of Misty Knight, signed by Tony Isabella, who's her co-creator. So make sure and enter to win. Hashtag Mark Silvestri, mind the spelling. So I'm going to bring that up in just a second here. So we can do that. We only got 12 entries. We got 20 plus people watching. There we go. What's up, Tony Stank? Good to see you. JT, I see dropping in the chat. Dropping in as well. JT's got his eye on this Iron Fist, this Misty Knight book here. But
he's not a channel member, so you can't get it.
Pause.
Oh, you a hater. Straight hater.
Don't be scared, Carlos.
And for those
notice how you said that.
Yeah, for those who are wondering, JT is in training right now. He's either
Olympia.
He's gonna play either
This angle makes me look
Black Panther, or he's gonna be one of the stars of the first Cross-Plex Comics calendars that'll be on sale this Christmas season. No,
Must be Carlos.
no, Paul's gonna be the cover. Paul's gonna be the cover.
Paul will be in the cover.
What's up, Mike?
You're doing it right, Billy.
Nope. What's up, Mike Bravo? Good to see you. What's up,
Mike
Louis?
Bravo?
Good to see you. If I win, JT can have the upgrade. Oh, that's very nice. El
Don't
Green.
do it, El Green. Don't be scared of the arms, man.
What JT doesn't know is that if it doesn't get claimed tonight, it is going to him.
Hey, somebody claim it, guys.
If it doesn't get claimed, but if
Somebody claim it, guys.
Yeah, look, right, exactly. Look right here. This right here. All right, he's now campaigning for anybody to claim it.
Yes,
claim it, guys. Don't be scared, guys.
My biggest hater.
Right. All right, make sure and get that entered into the 20+ people watching. Make sure and hit that like button. Man, I'm sorry to hear that, Tony Stank. I hope you get to feeling better. Oh man, it's I had food poisoning on Monday.
Batman guys, but he doesn't appreciate stuff.
All right, we got everybody showing off books. I'm gonna go to each of you. Give y'all another second to drop in hashtag Mark Silvestri with a K. All right, then here's Jen with oh yeah.
I was about to talk about this, so
no, I'm gonna come back to you. Let me tell you what, go and do it, but do that one quick while people are finishing up adding theirs.
Okay, well, guys, remember I'm going into the 2000s. So in 2008, there was a run called the Reborn of it was just Batman Reborn, but there was a bunch of titles that came out where Dick Grayson becomes Batman and Damian Wayne becomes Robin, and they teamed them up. It was beautiful writing. One of the underdogs or comics that came as sort of like the under the radar was this Batgirl comic. Stephanie Brown becomes goes from spoiler to Robin, and then eventually from Robin to Batgirl. And this is a costume that Barbara Gordon actually creates for her, taking the homage of her own costume and also the looks of Cassandra Cain. So Cassandra Cain was originally Batgirl, and she gives Stephanie Brown her costume. So she actually wears the costume going around. Everyone's like, Stephanie, Batgirl can talk? Batgirl can talk. And they're like, well, that's not Cassandra Cain. Cassandra Cain never opened her mouth. She still has the vow of silence, right? So, so people are confused until you realize, oh, Stephanie Brown has been that Batgirl for these few issues. But this is the first reveal. This is when she officially takes the helm of Batgirl. It's her first appearance as Batgirl. It's a very affordable book, guys. $10, $15, $20. It just depends on the condition. This probably right here, do a little spine slide. It's probably like a 9.6, 9.8 candidate. It's from my own personal collection, but I'm in love with the character. I thought I thought like this was very well written. Like I said, an homage to Barbara.
Yeah, those are fantastic covers.
Yeah. And then so she's easy on the eyes. So that was the one thing, is that she's very clumsy. She's not perfect at all, and that's what made this run very enjoyable to read, because she's actually a very intelligent character, but when it comes to crime fighting, she isn't built to be your next Dick Grayson, your Damian Wayne, who's been trained by his grandfather in the League of Shadows, right? So with her, it was she had to take down. I think his name was Jeremiah Arkham, who was the second Black Mask. There was a drug that was being created that was spread into Gotham and New Bloodhaven, and Stephanie Brown goes after the second Black Mask and defeats him, and also Scarecrow, which, you know, under the guidance of the Oracle, which was Batgirl, who just got shot in the back and she's paralyzed, right? So she's helping her out, and she sees, and you know, they're all afraid of her getting hurt because she's really young. She had just graduated from high school. She's like 19, 20 years old. In I think her first or second year in college. So she's going to Gotham University. So she helms the role as Batgirl. And Barbara's telling her in the story, like, look, you're young. I don't want what happened to me to happen to you. You know, you could get paralyzed. You could get hurt. You can die. And Robin makes fun of her too. You know, Damian Wayne has a mouth on him. So he tells her, look, you're ditzy, you're clumsy, you mess up all of our missions. And so she takes that to heart, and eventually she overcomes these things, these problems. She gets better and better. Each issue, she shows them that she can become more than just a costume, you know. And it's really cool because even Batman, you know, Bruce Wayne even kind of gives his like tip of the cow to her, like, good job, man. You went from, I've seen you grow from spoiler to, you know, Robin, my fourth Robin, because she was the first female fourth Robin, right? Continuity wise, which you're not considering the one from The Dark Knight Returns.
Yeah, Terry Kelly.
Yes, if you don't consider her as the continuity one. But she really overcomes that. And I think DC, like I said, guys, DC was hot around this time from 1999, 2000, all the way up to like 2014, I think, before the New 52. DC was booming. I mean, it was just these, like, this, even the writer here, guys, Brian Q. Miller, a lot of people don't know, but he was writing Smallville. He wrote most of, I'm not saying most of, but majority of what Smallville became and what Smallville was. The reason it was so enjoyable to read these books was because the conversations that they had between Clark Kent and Lana Lang in those shows, where it was very sentimental and relationship wise, he knew how to write that. So he knew how to write that in these books too, with like other characters. Like when she talked to Damian Wayne would be like there's a, I think it's in this issue right here, but it's when he talks to when she talks to Damian Wayne in this issue, you know, Damian Wayne's like, you should quit. You're clumsy. You don't plan ahead of time like the way me and Dick do. You're not Bruce Wayne. You're not even Barbara. Barbara can do a better job than you in a wheelchair, you know? And she's like, you know, just things like that, you know, just to hurt her feelings. But she would always overcome these issues. Like even when he tells her, he's like, why do you want to be this hero so bad? You know, you'll die. And she's like, you know, my best friend was kidnapped, almost sold into, human trafficking. I was shot in the head. And Damien, you know, being a kid, he's like, oh, so you're brain damaged. She's like, no, I'm not brain damaged. I want to take this guy down, you know? So it was very cool to see a character that you didn't really think was going to be a cool character. I thought Stephanie Brown was the lamest character of all time, probably right up there with Tim Drake, which was her lover, by the way. That's probably why I didn't like him. But but over time,
fighting words.
Yeah, I did. I didn't care for Tim Drake, but when I read her story, I was like, oh my God, this is so good. So anyone that hasn't read it, man, just, you know, it's not very expensive. It's very inexpensive comic. You can probably find the entire run. When they decide to make a Stephanie Brown Batgirl TV show or animation
Yeah.
or whatever. Because this is also around the time of Birds of Prey and Gotham City Sirens. This is
That's
when
right.
this is around, like I said, DC was at the peak. It was all the way up here. I don't know why they rebooted. They should have never rebooted. They had so many fans behind them, backing them up. But, you know, sometimes they take a new direction. But that was good stuff, man.
Good. Well, that's super cool. I will say. So I was a fan of Stephanie Brown as part of the Tim Drake Robbins supporting cast because I thought from the '90s that again, it's a different Tim Drake than modern Tim Drake.
Yes.
Modern Tim Drake to me is not Tim Drake. The Tim Drake that back in the '90s, written by Chuck Dixon, was peak good stuff. And that's when she was first introduced. As her name was Spoiler, and she wanted to be a part of the Batman family, but she had her dad was a career criminal.
Yep.
And he ended up being
Clue Master.
Yeah, and he ended up being somebody that Robin mixed it up with a couple times. So just really great storytelling, and that's a great reminder. I need to add that to the collection because I see those books all the time. That Batgirl run, I see them all the time, and it's a fantastic.
I think Art Germ also, like a lot of people that know of Art Germ now, they don't realize that Art Germ actually made his career off of some of the variant covers in the later issues, like the one where she's kicking in the air.
That's where he made his career right there.
Yeah, so he eventually later on he started doing Supergirl and all that, but you know, Art Germ started with Grimm's fairy tale stuff. You know,
Paul,
Liz gonna get you.
We're hiding. What?
Yeah, you better quit showing off those books, dude. I'm telling you, she's watching.
Oh yeah.
All right. Hey, let's do this next giveaway, and then we're going to bring it in for a landing and see if people have other books to share. Oh yeah, that was a hot book for some random reason. I don't know what the character was, but whatever. All right, I'm so over the hot book of the weeks at this point.
Same.
All right, entry. Let's see. Oh, 21 entries. Hey, hit that like button if you haven't already. Remember, you got to be present to win. All right. Hashtag Mark Silvestri. Shout out and apologies to Mark for misspelling your name. I'm sorry. You know, I know that you pop in from time to time to watch the show for Paul. But yeah, you know, I'm sorry. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Silvestri.
Paul's gonna text you angry later tonight and say, "Why did you let him miss
Brooklyn born? What?
I know. What's up? Congratulations, Brooklyn Born, man. Good to see you, buddy. All right, here's the deal. Brooklyn Born, you can get either of these two foils. If you're currently a channel member, you can upgrade to that if you want. But remember, if you don't upgrade, then JT gets that book. If you do upgrade,
Upgrade.
Let's tell you what. Oh man, what's it? Brooklyn Born. If I have other books here, let me find something else. Brooklyn Born, you're a channel member. Oh, he's taking the upgrade.
Yeah. Congrats.
Oh,
There you go, Brooklyn. Now you're my best.
Here's what I'll do. This JT, I'm doing this only for you.
Nah, he can have it. That's what he wants. Give him what he wants.
All right, check it out. Because he's choosing that because that's the upgrade book. However, let me throw. All right. Okay. I don't know, Brooklyn. If you're into him at all, I've got a. This is a signed copy. Yeah, this is a signed copy of Transformers number before, this was the variant. This is the John Boy Myers variant. This is signed by John Boy, friend of the channel, and it's got a COA from when it was signed at Fan Expo Dallas. Ooh. Okay.
John Boy.
Oh, wait, JT can have it. Wait, so Brooklyn, I was offering you this in place of this if you wanted it, or you can grab one of these if you want them. You tell me what you'd like. I'll throw those on the table. Just let me know. So he's saying that JT he wants you to have this one, and then let's see. And Brooklyn, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and Brooklyn also. I'm gonna throw in to say thanks for you doing that. If you want one of these single issue stories, tell me, and I will drop one of them. I highly recommend this Ultimate X-Men. Oh, he's gonna take the foil. Okay, which foil do you want, buddy? Which of these two do you want? House of Secrets or New Mutant?
House of Secrets.
Let me know. And then let me know, and then I'm gonna tell you what, I'll throw this in because this is such a good read. This is a fantastic book. Again, it's a $1 book, but it's an excellent read. I don't know why this, I wish that comic books values were tied to how good the writing is in them.
Right.
Because that would just be an amazing thing. So, but we don't have that. I mean, that sadly just doesn't occur. Okay, so the House of Secrets, he's going to take the House of Secrets, no problem. All right, then Ultimate X-Men number 41 is going to go in your bundle as well. Just to say thanks, and I wanted to give this to somebody.
He says he'll take the Transformers.
I know he's trying to grab random signed books now. All right, so hey, he's got some really good books coming his way. So he is taking
one of it. He can have it. Boy, Brooklyn is scared.
Look, Paul, I love how Paul is more than willing to just give everything away, as long as it's not his.
Bernie Wright's
right.
Oh, that's a giveaway there. Nice.
Look at that, Bernie Wright, guys. Who's that right there? Look at that guy.
Oh, it's the first time Swamp Thing.
Greatest post ever. Why don't you throw that in the giveaway pile?
Batman's got this, but in the
it's the first time Swamp Thing meets Batman. It's a really great book. Swamp.
All right. Batman. Congratulations, Brooklyn Born, and congratulations to JT. Look, here's the deal. JT has become one of the foundations of the channel. And he's fantastic, so I don't mind throwing this away as well because I know this is cool keepsake. Because the only place you can get this is from Tony Isabella himself. You can't or eBay. I guess you can get anything on eBay, but yeah, fun stuff. So congratulations to our winners tonight. Big shout out to channel sponsor Lone Star Heroes Comics and Toys. They are the big reason why the giveaway show has made it to season 6 and beyond. Because if it wasn't for their generous support and continuing to feed us books for this, we wouldn't be able to do the show at this point.
Yeah, you're welcome.
And then the sponsorship of the channel just continues to grow, and they're just so excited about just being partnered with us and everything that we're doing. And a big shout out! I want to make sure and let you know that starting October the 25th. We're going to be launching a new Friday night show. This is not a show that you want to miss. I'm not going to share many more details than that right now. But Friday nights here on Carl's Collects Comics, I want you to make sure and mark those nights out because you're going to want to be here for this. It's going to be something like you've never seen before. So I'm really excited about it. All right, let's run this commercial one more time, and then I'm going to let everybody say final thoughts and shout-outs. Here we go.
What's up, everybody? It's Carl's Collects Comics here, and I want to take a second to tell you about a sponsor of this video, Lone Star Heroes Comics and Toys. And if you're looking for your next favorite comic shop, this is the spot. Tons of back issues, all the key books you could be looking for, a friendly and helpful staff, and 3 locations across the greater Houston area region: Lake Jackson, NASA, and Galveston. So make sure and check out Lone Star Heroes Comics and Toys.
All right. My contacts have been in for a while. It's been a long day. Wednesdays are back to being very long days for me. because I'm doing the media teaching all day during the day, and then we go straight into family time and then straight into the giveaway show. But I love it. This is, like I said, a highlight of my week. I'm going to pass it over to JT and let him give final thoughts and shout outs and any other things he wants to share.
Thank y'all guys for coming out. Thank you, Carlos, for having me. And Brooklyn Born, thank you, man, because I really wanted that book. So I appreciate that. Appreciate you. Liz Barnes is, what's his name? Paul's only fan. So forget that guy. Follow me on Instagram, JT_comic books. Also check out Comic Book Fiend Club. Like I said at the beginning of the show, comicbookfiendclub.com. Think about becoming a member. It's just like how we are on this channel, just discussing comics. We do meetups. Like Carlos was saying, there is a military fundraiser. We collect comic books and then drop them off at the military bases for the kids and the families there. So yeah, I'll get the details of who to send that to. It's probably either gonna be me or Ron for the Houston area. For the other people who are not in Houston, you could just go to comicbookfiendclub.com and then it'll tell you exactly who to send it to.
Awesome. Let me bring it over to Paul himself. Here he is, folks.
All right, appreciate everybody being here. Thank you for my hater right there. Appreciate it. Appreciate everybody being here tonight. Thank you for joining us tonight. Like he said, it's a highlight of a lot of our nights. But Brooklyn Born, you let me down. Back on that other list. But anyway, we have a great time with you guys, and we'll see y'all next Wednesday again.
All right, awesome. Taking it on to Future Batman.
That was a very strange comment. I'm sure if he does, I'm sure it features comic books.
You really don't need to go any further.
Comics.
You are good right there, sir.
Okay, so
stop sign is up.
All right. So, guys, we had a very, I feel like we were engaging and we were having a great time, and everything was dandy, and up to that comment. Anyways, I take that back. Anyways, the thing is, I had a great time tonight. I want to thank you guys for joining us every Wednesday and really engaging and taking your time out just to have fun and at the giveaway show, and with this amazing panel with Paul and JT and and the only one, Mr. Carlos Mr. Calix. Anyway, so I had a wonderful evening. I think everybody here had a pretty great time as well from all the engagement. And I'm just ranting on. I'm just rumbling. I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. Anyways, I'm having a great time. You guys have a great time. Sleep deprived. Have a good night. Have a good night, guys.
You got that bee back there.
All right.
We might be alone.
JT's got balloons flying through the shot, everything. All right. Hey, thanks so much to everybody for tuning in tonight.
Oh, Lord.
I don't know what that's about. All right. Thanks so much for tuning in tonight and for hanging out with us. Remember, if you are a channel member, this Friday at 12 p.m. Central, we're going to be doing the third episode of Carlos and Friends. If you're not a channel member yet, consider doing so. This is the most value-packed channel membership that you can get on YouTube. I stand behind that 100% because I really do believe that. I'm going to make sure to keep workshopping it until we got it to be an unmatched, unbeatable value for you. Also, last thing real quick I want to bring in, we've talked about, a couple worthy causes before in the past, but I want to make sure and give a special shout out this week to Comics Curing Cancer. Comics Curing Cancer is an officially recognized fundraising event of the American Cancer Society. It's across multiple channels. here on YouTube, and it's going on this week. I don't have like a lineup or anything of them, but you can find more information on their Instagram. It's just at Comics Curing Cancer on Instagram. So it's a great way. You can buy some cool books, and you can help raise money for cancer, and that's, it's a serious thing. We all know somebody who's been touched by that devastating disease, and it's just a horrible word to hear. And it's struck close quite a few times, but just want to make sure and give that special shout out. So look it up on Instagram at Comics Curing Cancer. I don't know if they have their own YouTube channel. I do know at Easyverse NYC. You can check his page out, because he's doing he's an artist, and he's doing some sketch sales to help benefit. So it's a big fundraising event. Make sure and look it up, check it out, and that's just a little shout out that I want to make. So yeah, cool. Thank you all so much for being here tonight. We will see y'all next time, and congratulations again to our winners. Y'all take care and have a great night. See y'all. I don't even know what that is, Paul.